Here are just a few of our key investigations. There have been hundreds in just the last couple years where this technology has helped us take a victim-centered approach to crime. There's behind every violent crime is a criminal. It's extremely important for us to bring justice to those victims. February 12, 2025, we were dispatched to a welfare check after a resident had not been heard of for several days. We went into the apartment and located the resident deceased inside the apartment. It was immediately investigated as a homicide, and this person had been deceased for a few days. The victim's boyfriend was quickly developed as a suspect, determined to have left the apartment in the victim's vehicle. Investigators utilized flock technology, along with other digital investigative tools, to track the vehicle and develop information regarding the suspect's location. We're actually able to track the subject heading south through Illinois and through the rest of the country. The suspect was ultimately located in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and apprehended by local authorities while still driving the victim's vehicle. At the time of his arrest, he was still wearing the same clothing he had been wearing when he left the Grand Rapids area and committed the homicide. The use of flock technology played a critical role in locating and apprehending the homicide suspect. Remarkably, the suspect was taken into custody while we were still processing this crime scene. This is an extremely valuable flock use, along with other digital tools, and rapidly developed critical leads and assisted us in locating a murder suspect through multiple jurisdictions. We believe the subject was trying to flee the country. On June 18, 2025, officers responded to a missing person report involving a victim with stage 4 cancer who had signs of dementia. This would be more of your silver alert. The victim had left the residence in his vehicle. We used the flock technology to determine where that vehicle had been and send officers to that area. Through that and other investigative tools, we're able to track the victim's movements and locate them and return them home safely. We had another one. Unfortunately, this one didn't end the way we wanted, but we had a person who was under mental distress, college student, and turned off the tracking device in his vehicle. Did not want to be found. This was an entire search throughout West Michigan to find this young man. Unfortunately, he did end his life, but through the technology, we were able to locate where he was in that vicinity and locate him probably a heck of a lot quicker than what it would have taken or their family stumbling across him. It didn't end how we wanted to, but we're bringing some sort of closure to that family by doing so. This is where we have used flock to assist some of our area West Michigan partner agencies. Grand Rapids Police personnel were notified that Muskegon Police Department was conducting a homicide investigation in their jurisdiction. Muskegon Police advised a suspect involved in that homicide might be traveling to Grand Rapids and provided a description of the suspect vehicle. So now we have a murderer from another jurisdiction coming into the city of Grand Rapids. Using our flock technology, we're able to identify an area where the vehicle had recently been detected. Officers and detectives responded to that area, located the unoccupied vehicle, and established surveillance. While conducting surveillance, investigators observed the suspects enter a different vehicle. While retrieving items from the original vehicle, we stopped them and put them into custody. We were able to quickly assist a neighboring jurisdiction in locating and apprehending individuals involved in a violent crime. The coordinated response also helped identify and address a potential threat to the safety and well-being of our community in Grand Rapids. This is one that happened during the committee of the whole, the last one. And man, some of you may have heard all of the sirens going around town. We're attempting to locate a violent offender with multiple outstanding warrants, including a warrant for assault with intent to murder. This young man had been fleeing from us for about the last 12 hours throughout the city of Grand Rapids, and we had to terminate the pursuit because it had gotten too dangerous. Using flock technology, officers were able to determine the vehicle had traveled into the Muskegon area. We responded there, set up surveillance, and were able to see this vehicle as it responded back into the city. Due to having this information and the location of where this vehicle was, a coordinated patrol response was developed, including plans to deploy tire deflation devices if appropriate. He exited the highway, he failed to stop again. Officers were able to successfully deploy the tire deflation device on the vehicle, and he was then taken into custody without incident. The use of this technology again provided officers with critical information that allowed them to develop a coordinated apprehension plan, taking a violent offender into custody and minimize the potential danger to the citizens of Grand Rapids. Now, City Clerk Hondorp has a responsibility for our absentee ballot boxes, for the security of them. Anytime there's damage to them, he calls me. We've only had 2. The last one was extremely concerning to us, and it should be very concerning to us as a community as well. On election eve, August 3, at 10:19 in the morning, mind you, the Yankee Clipper Library. And the ballot box essentially, if you look outside the library, faces Leonard, public area. There is a camera on that, which they have to have, I believe, by law. A 67-year-old male pulled up, wearing hearing protection, drove up to the library, and fired a handgun round through that absentee ballot box in the middle of the day. 5 seconds after he fired that round, a city worker drove by in their vehicle in the same trajectory of that round. We were only able to obtain a vehicle description from the surveillance video and the first character of that license plate. After receiving the video, I turned it over to my detectives. They're usually able to use the flock system to identify a vehicle matching that description. They determined the same individual had been arrested 3 days later after leaving the same library for drunk driving and had this firearm on him. We were able to seize that firearm, put him into custody, and charges are pending on that. And we have this video here. This is the flock picture that we got. That's what we get when we have a flock picture used. You'll see him come up. We blurred it out, but he's wearing hearing protection. You'll see a little bit of a delay here because it's a motion activated camera. It pops out, but he sits here for almost a minute until he lines up and then fires a hole through that. Now watch 5 seconds later the next vehicle that goes by. It's a city employee. This is where it happened. It's a little hard to see, but if you know where Marquette is on the map, right up here, you see the hole go right through there. And that was the weapon he used. Again, very concerning. Not the crime of the century, but potentially a person out there firing around through our absentee ballot boxes is an extreme concern.